Good morning, good evening, everyone. I'm going to discuss today the difference between RPA Design and Development course version 1 and version 2. So there are many changes which we have done in the course in the new version. And I'm going to cover those changes more from an instructor perspective. So if instructor is going to teach the course and he has taught the same course last year, how are things going to be different? What are the new assets which we have introduced? What are the new parts of the course which the instructor can use to really drill down the concepts, to the students? So on the screen, you can see the design document. On the left side is the course design document for version 1, which was released last year. On the right side is the design document for version 2. So one of the basic changes which we have done is in the layout of the course content. So if you see version 1, it had 4 different layers, and those 4 layers were further subdivided into 17 chapters, right? And these chapters started right from the basics of programming concepts and went on to the last chapter was more about covering the future aspects, emerging and future trends in IT. So this was the first course which we introduced, and it was more about educating the market on RPA design and development. The first course by any organization, any IT company in the industry on RPA. The second course which we released has 2 major changes. First, this is aligned to the latest version, the newer version of UiPath. So the old course was aligned to 2018.10. The new course is aligned to 2019.10. The second change which we have done in this course is that this is aligned to UiPath Associate Certification. So after completing this course, the student would be ready to take on the certification and be a UiPath certified RPA developer. The course contents have been changed in a big way. So you can see out here, instead of 17 chapters, we have 8 chapters, 8 lessons. And these 8 lessons completely cover what is required for a student to attempt the certification exam, right? The second change which has happened is that the earlier course was, version 1 was a 60-hour course. So it had a 31-hour theory component. It had a 9-hour capstone project component, and it had a 20-hour lab component. The new course is longer than that. So in the new course, we have 40 hours of theory, 20 hours of lab, and 10 hours of capstone. So total teaching material which you have has gone up from 60 hours to 70 hours. We have taken out certain topics from the old course, things like, like you can see out here, what is programming, data structures, algorithm. So we assume that a student would already know all these concepts, and we can take them out completely and start right from where the meat is in RPA. The design document, this will be accessible to all the instructors. This design document drills down the topics to the taxonomy level. And you can use this to plan teaching this course in your institution as well. Now, from the course assets perspective, this is how the course content is going to look when you access it through the Educator's Kit. And we have introduced a new course asset, which we call a classroom demonstration video or classroom exercise. So earlier version of the course had theory lessons, theory component completely covered through ILT. There were slides and there were concepts which were depicted on the slide, and the instructor was expected to talk about those concepts. And then all the hands-on piece was done in the labs component of the course. In the new version, we have introduced classroom demonstrations. So for example, I'm just opening up one of the lessons. So for example, this is the second lesson, and in this lesson, as the instructor is teaching and he reaches a critical point, he's going to demonstrate how a particular concept is being done or is being taught in UiPath. So this is one of the initial chapters. So here the first demo which we encounter is download and install UiPath Academic Alliance Edition. So what we expect the instructor to do is, there are videos associated with this, and the instructor can go to these videos, he can absorb the videos completely, digest them, and when he's in the classroom environment, so you can see the video. This has complete step-by-step instructions on what to do in the particular activity, right? So when you are actually teaching in the classroom, you're not going to show this video. You're going to see this video prior to the class, and in the class, you're actually going to go and demonstrate how this is done in UiPath. So these are the initial chapters. There's the first program, first activity, which is an actual program. How to create a hello world kind of a program. So this gives you step-by-step guide on what to do and how to do different things in UiPath Studio. Now these are 44 exercises. These were not exist. They did not exist in the earlier version of the course. So like I told you, this is a new thing which we have introduced in the in version 2.0. The second thing which we have done is we have enriched the lab component of the course. If you remember, the lab component of the course was earlier had 18 exercises, and those 18 exercises were covered in 20 hours. In the new course, we have increased the number of exercises to 33. So these are 33 exercises which you will find in Educator's Kit, and they are completely aligned to the different lessons which are there in the course. I'll also walk you through a new document which I have created specifically for consumption by instructors. It's called a user's manual. Now this manual is a manual for all the university instructors, and it covers everything which is there in the course. So you would know what the difference is compared to the previous version. You would know what are the new things which are introduced. What are the different course assets, how you're going to use the course assets. And so everything which was scattered across different documents is combined into a single document, which is user's manual. This will help you in planning your lessons across the semester as well. So I'll just show you one of the items on the course. In the user's manual, so like this, it talks about the courseware folder structure, how it's structured in Educator's Kit. It talks about different components of Educator's Kit. And then it also goes down to the granular details of each lesson. And it also has the practical lab exercises with the suggested duration and the alignment of those exercises with each lesson. So out here, you can see the 33 exercises, and each of these exercises are aligned to lesson. And this needs to be completed in 20 hours. As per our recommendation. Of course, you can tweak it around and increase the number of hours or decrease the number of hours. So in totality, what we have done is we have reduced the curriculum. We have increased the duration. So the course has become more meaty. It has a lot of meat to it. And it's more in-depth, more intense compared to the earlier course. Students and instructors both spend a lot of time in deep diving into UiPath concepts, various activities, the properties, and everything. And what we have also done, an additional thing which we have done in this course is, in every slide, wherever it is appropriate, we have given the link to UiPath documentation. So we encourage instructors to encourage students to actually go to UiPath documentation and learn about different activities and different things which can be done. Because you can't really cover everything in the classroom. A student will have to spend time on his own. And apart from the course assets which we are giving you, UiPath documentation is a very good resource for a student to learn about UiPath. So that's it on version 2.0. Thank you.